Big Daddy G Show.
Here's your daddy.
My hat's off to you, lady. Good job. We'll see you in the hereafter. Viva Austin, Texas!
Take a sip, take a rip. Once you live, just double click. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Big Daddy G Show. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Now type it in, take it in. Where do I begin? He's really funny, and he's not really thin. It's the Big Daddy G Show. Big Daddy, it's the Big Daddy G Show.
Dude, you gotta try the queso with the taco meat, man. It's delicious.
Really? That's a book on how to make Mexican martinis. I've got the recipe right here. Y'all try that. Share it.
Hi-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show.
Daddy's home. Here's your daddy.
Oh.
We are live, sir.
Oh, we're on? Hi, kids. Welcome to the Big Daddy G Show. Today is, I have no idea. I think today's the 27th. Yes, it is July the 27th. That's a Tuesday, and it's 4:34 p.m. in Austin, Texas, at the Austin Public Access Studios in Austin, Texas. So, welcome to Texas and welcome to the planet. Here we are. This is my one of my medications right here. Keeps me sane. And thank you, Harding Corona, up on Northwest Austin, Highway 183. And they have got the best Mexican martinis I've tasted in a long time. In a very, very long time. Not as good as mine, but pretty close. Anyway, check them out if you get a chance. A couple of things I wanted to start out with today is going to be a show of, I guess, quotes and stuff like that. I guess a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, I asked you guys to send us different posters and sayings and stuff like that you wanted me to have to show on the air. So here we go. We have that. I do. If you have anyone on this planet, any friend of yours that is gay, please have them tune in. I'll give you about a minute to have them tune in. I have something I need to show the gay population of Austin and of the planet. A lot of you do not know what it is that I'm going to show you, so I want you guys to be prepared. So I believe we're going on, or right now we're live on Facebook, YouTube, cable, Twitter. Did I forget anything, Tyrone?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I think we got all of those. We're on live on all of those outlets right now, including television. So if you can't, or if you have a friend that you want to watch the show, tell them to go to my website, dubbigdaddyg.com, and they can live stream it through my website. So please get that handled. And I want to thank everybody who wrote and who sent in posters, and some I shared on Facebook, on my account on Facebook, and some I'm going to share with you today, live on the air. So hopefully we have at least a few gay people watching the show. I'd like to introduce anybody that's gay out there. This is what a wire coat hanger looks like. I know that it's like a sin to have wire coat hangers, and some people don't know what a wire coat hanger looks like because of the movie No Wire Coat Hangers Ever! You know, the movie Mommy Dearest. Anyway, this is what a wire coat hanger looks like, in case you have always wondered what a wire coat hanger looks like. There it is. So please share that with all your gay friends. The other thing, I guess, do you want to just go ahead and start in with the posters, Tyrone, or what did you want to do first?
Sounds good to me. I got them queued up if you just want me to show them.
Yeah, just show one, and let me, I guess I can read it, and then you guys can think about it, and maybe we can have like a little discussion about it, something like that. I don't know. It's an idea. I have no idea what we're going to do, but here we go. It's live TV, baby. It's a lot more fun if you're naked.
This is the first one rolling up.
Okay. So this is somebody sent me this, and it says the average wait time after 7 p.m. in Georgia. This is for voting. The average wait time after 7 p.m. in Georgia was 8 hours. Was 8 times longer at polling places that were 90% non-white versus 90% white. Some polling places had 8+ hour lines overwhelmingly at black precincts. 8 hours plus. So now you can't give water to people stuck in those long lines. Yes, it's racist. So, basically, can we keep that up there for a second, Turn? So, basically, would you stand in line for 8+ hours to vote? As you can see, there's no reason for it. There's no reason for there to be an 8-hour, to have to wait 8 hours in line for to vote. It kind of reminds me of Franklin's Barbecue. There's no reason for it. They just do it. Franklin's Barbecue does it. It's just something they do to stay in business or to keep people, thinking that it's so great. And it's good food, don't get me wrong, but it ain't no 5-hour wait long good food. But back to this thing here. The average wait time, 8 times longer, dude. 8 times longer. Why do they not want people to vote? Why don't they want all the people to vote? And you can't give water in some places. So yeah, again, this is not a political show at all, but when stuff like that happens, you need to think to yourself, why are they making it harder for people to vote? Why? Why do they want to make it so hard for people of color to vote? So think about that. It's a shame. It's a shame. And if you're okay with it, then there's something wrong with you. So, okay. So I want to thank everyone that sent this in, and I'm going to say that a few times during the show, but I want to thank everybody who sent these posters in and different sayings and stuff, and I'm hoping that you guys dig them as much as I did. So can we go to the next one, Taran? Okay. This is from Aaron Carr, looks like. And it says, slanted benches don't reduce homelessness. Now, what they're talking about is they have benches that you normally can sit in, and they're flat so that you can sit down and relax. Well, in some cities, they're making the benches like this so that homeless people can't rest there. So, it's kind of sad that they're not, these benches aren't, comfortable for people to sit down, because even those people that are homeless, they also pay taxes, because they go and they buy sodas and food and, clothing, shoes, socks, and stuff that they need. And so they pay taxes there too. So what is a slanted bench? So normally a bench would be level like this, so you can sit down and be comfortable. Well, in some cities, they're slanting them like this so that people can't sit in them, okay? So putting bolts on steps don't reduce homelessness. There's a church on Lavaca Street, a big church on Lavaca Street. Big money, dude. Big money. A friend of mine froze to death on the steps of that church because the church was not willing to open their doors in freezing temperatures to homeless people. So just so you know, a church, Christians, a church would not open their doors to house homeless people during freezing temperatures outside. A church. That particular church is right there near the state capitol and I don't know how many multi-million dollars it's worth, but just so you know, my friend Gail passed away and froze to death on the steps of that church. So you should feel horrible about calling yourself a Christian for those people that go to that church. And this is my opinion, for not helping homeless people during the winter time when it gets really cold outside. Raised grate covers don't reduce homelessness. Spiked windowsills don't reduce homelessness. There's only one thing that does reduce homelessness, and that is housing. It's so much cheaper to, you can even, the city of Austin's got plenty of money. They're defunding the police department because we have too many police officers. Too much money is being spent. I saw a video the other day. There's these First Amendment auditors, and they go around all over the country, and they're all over the country, and they see what cops do, to protect their rights. And a lot of times, more than not, a lot of times their rights are violated. And very, very, very few times are their rights not violated. But we've let cops get away with so much stuff that that they're out of control. So this one particular police officer, and this was in California, the guy made $274,000 a year. 33,000, if I remember correctly, $33,000 of that was in overtime. I don't know about you, but if you work 1 hour of overtime, they're on you. But yet the cops can work $33,000 worth of overtime. This one particular cop, $275,000 a year. And I think there has to be some sort of a cap, I guess. I don't know how they would do it, but it's time to make some suggestions, because that's just nuts. I actually ran into this Travis County deputy one time, and he told me, I asked him, I said, is it true that police officers have quotas? And I know I've said this before on the show, but I'm going to say it for those who haven't seen it before. I said, is it true that there's quotas? And he said, well, let me explain it to you this way. He said, if that particular position does not create enough revenue to keep that position open, then that position is eliminated. So if that particular cop does not arrest enough people to make his job worthwhile having it, then they will eliminate his job. So then cops go out and they give you tickets for anything they can think of, to meet this particular quota. So even though the state of Texas says there are no quotas, they are lying. There are quotas, and but it's hush hush. So anyway, there is a guy that lives here in Austin House named Joe Rogan, and I had a lot of respect for Joe until he said something on the air the other day about homeless people, that they need to do something to get rid of all these homeless people. So I would like to challenge Mr. Rogan, since you've recently come into a whole bunch of money. If you want to do something about this homelessness, put your money where your mouth is. So, and that's all I've got to say about that. But okay, what's the next poster, Tyrone? Ooh, baby. Okay. This is a poster for musicians. So if you're a musician, this is for you. The highest form of ignorance any musician can display is to dislike music they know nothing about. As musicians, we don't have the luxury of being able to do that. We must listen and learn from it all. Basically, what it's saying is that, man, there's music out there that that I just don't dig, you know. But I learned something from my friend Michael Rocha a long time ago. He told me, he said, I'm able to single out one instrument of whatever it is that's playing, and I just focus on that instrument, and then that way I don't listen to the rest of it. And everybody who wants to listen to that music, knock yourself out. I will enjoy that particular instrument because I don't enjoy the rest of the music. And it could be, you know, it could be just about anything. It could be classical, it could be rap, it could be country or whatever. Just because you're not enjoying it doesn't mean that the rest of the people around you aren't enjoying it. The one thing I've noticed, and some of my friends from a long time ago will understand what I'm talking about, that whenever we would play cards, I would say to them, okay, dude, you're welcome to listen to that music. And normally it was rap music. And I'd say, you're welcome to listen to that music, but as soon as you guys start getting aggressive, then we're going to change the music, you know. And what was happening was that we're listening to certain music, and it was making them aggressive because of the lyrics, what the meaning behind the song. So please, if you find yourself in an angry mood all the time, if you find yourself upset, if you find yourself aggressive towards other people, it could be the music or the TV show that you're watching. I found myself watching a lot of these, what is it called? First Amendment auditors. And I found myself getting upset a lot because I'm watching all this anger, and I'm watching these cops, violate people's rights. And I found myself getting really, uptight about it, and getting angry about it. So then I stopped watching. I'll start watching like King of the Hill or something, something funny. Even old Carol Burnett shows. I'll start watching something totally different to get me in a better mood. So please do that. Please try to do that. If you find yourself aggressive, please stop listening to the music you're listening to, and just kind of, put yourself in check, because everything around us is going to affect us in a certain way. Whether you realize it or not, it's going to. So anyway, all right. What's the next one, Turner? Dun-dun-dun. Okay. This is one that really, really got to me that I had to share with you guys. We just happened to be talking about police officers. If I woke up tomorrow and my boss told me that today at my job I had to shoot rubber bullets and throw tear gas at people protesting racism because one of my coworkers killed someone in cold blood, I would simply quit that job and do something useful like stock grocery shelves. Again, we go back to these police officers that shoot rubber bullets into people, and some shoot real bullets, and some shoot tear gas, and some beat the hell out of people. And you wonder, how can these police officers do that? Well, dude, if you're so in debt that you have to rely on that job. Now, I'm talking about, like I said earlier, that was one particular cop was making $275,000 a year to be a police officer. Something's wrong, dude. This cop got $88,000 in bonuses. Let me repeat that. $88,000 in bonuses and benefits. $88,000. Something's wrong, dude. Those police departments, some of them have got way too much money, And that's what we're talking about. When they have a, $1 million house, and they have a $500,000 car, and they have an $80,000 truck, and they have this payment and that payment and that payment, well, they're going to do whatever they have to do to keep that job so that they can continue to live in that lifestyle that they've built. This one particular cop I saw the other day was driving a Mercedes 300 something or other. I honestly don't know how much those cars cost, but it sure did look expensive. It looked too expensive, and as stupid as that may sound, it just looked too expensive for a cop to drive, to be able to afford, is what I guess what I'm trying to say. So a lot of this stuff has to, there has to be a lot of reform, and luckily that particular poster, if you want to look at, can we show that one poster again, Tyrone? The one about the shooting the rubber bullets, and I don't know if you can go back to it or not, but it's just, read it. I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds to read it, so that let that sink in. All right, so all right, let's go on to the next one. Okay, this one I really, really liked, and I think I posted it on Facebook also. It says, "Stop replaying the past in your mind. It's gone. Use your mental energy to manifest something new. Don't waste your precious life being stuck on what didn't work out or what you could have done. Do something new today. Each moment is another chance to recreate yourself." Each moment. I found myself, and a lot of people don't understand. I've been trying to lose some weight, to not because I want to look better or I want to do it because I have to take high blood pressure pills, and I don't want to take them anymore. So my doctor said if you lose a bunch of weight, you won't have to take these pills anymore. So that's why I'm doing it. And so what I do is, instead of beating myself over it, I go, well, today I'm going to do better. Today I'm going to not, go have one of those huge, beautiful, oh my God, banana splits at Hey Elote. I'm not going to go have one of those today, but I will enjoy one from time to time. But so can we put that poster back up, Tyrone? So, what this particular poster, is saying is, man, there's nothing you can do about what you did in the past. Nothing you can do about it. It's gone. You can't change it. So the only thing you can change is what you're going to do from this second forward. And don't stop spending, time, trying to make yourself feel guilty about this or guilty about that. Dude, it's done. Just move on. It's time to look forward and leave all that baggage behind. And it's because it's like an anchor, man. It's like one of those big, huge anchors that those ships have. You're like carrying it behind you, and you're towing it behind you, and it's just digging more and more and more into the ground, and it's slowing you down. So let it go, man. Let it go. Whatever it was, let it go. And just learn from it and do better. So, all right. What's the next one, Turn? Okay. This is one that I started doing some research about hemp. What is hemp? Hemp is a form or is a plant that grows really fast because it's basically a weed. So it grows really fast, but the cool thing is that hemp can be used for so many things. So we don't have to cut down trees, Okay? The reason we cut down so many trees is because some guys a long time ago decided that they wanted to make a bunch of money, so they outlawed this, and they outlawed this kind of material to make paper with. So you could only make it out of trees. So let me read this for you. It says, "Why use up the forest, which were centuries in the making, and the mines, which require ages to lay down, if we can get the equivalent of forest and mineral products in the annual growth of the hemp fields?" And that was by Henry Ford. And so hemp grows like crazy, dude. And you can use it for everyday stuff, for paper towels, toilet paper, writing. There's so many uses for hemp that we eventually, if we were an intelligent being, which sometimes we are and sometimes we're not. Whenever we let greed get in the way, then we're not. When we don't let greed get in the way, then we're very intelligent people because we use our resources that we have. And hemp is one of those resources that we have, dude. And a roll of toilet paper, I don't remember, was it 30? It was 30 or 70 something gallons of water are used to produce one roll of toilet paper. One roll. So, dude, it's time to make a change before we can't make a change anymore. So it's time to make a change. Please do some research on hemp, because it might save your great-great-grandchild's life. So please read up on hemp and stop being afraid of hemp or weed or marijuana or whatever. All right, what's the next one, Turn? Okay, and this is a really cool one. From 1850 to 1937, cannabis was used as the prime medicine for more than 100 separate illnesses or diseases in U.S. pharmacopoeia. So what they're saying here, just keep that poster up, Turn. What they're saying here is that a long time ago, weed or marijuana was used because it worked, It helped so many people. But again, greed came into the picture. And once greed came into the picture, all the stuff that was helping us went away. And all these laws were passed all over the planet, because the U.S. has a lot of influence all over the planet. And so if we outlaw something, and we sell it just right to outlaw it, it's outlawed. So for so many years and so much time and money has been spent putting innocent people in prisons for possessing marijuana, that it's just ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous, and it has to stop. This craziness has to stop. And instead of just saying, I'm not going to, do this or I'm not going to do that, dude, do some research, before you say, oh, I'll never smoke weed, or, oh, no, that's illegal. Dude, it's time to open your mind. You've been lied to. So it's time to open your mind. It's just like milk. I found out not too long ago that drinking milk actually causes osteoporosis. According to research, drinking milk actually causes osteoporosis. So, and that's the weakening of your bones. And my whole life I've been told that, drinking milk, drink milk, it does the body good. So, I drank a lot of milk, dude, in my lifetime. I've drank a lot of milk. I used to drink like 1 gallon to 2 gallons a week, but I'm actually down to about, I guess, half a gallon a week, or a week and a half. Every week and a half or 2 weeks, I drink half a gallon of milk. So compared to 2 gallons a week, I'm kind of curbing myself. So So anyway, all right, what's next turn? Sorry. Okay. This is one that there's a lot of people out there that really, really need to think about this one. The best gift you are ever going to give someone is the permission for them to feel safe in their own skin, to feel worthy, and to feel like they are enough. The other day, I went to the movies in Bastrop at Film Alley, and I was walking in, and there was these three kids leaning up against the wall, and they yelled out, "Hello, hey, how you doing?" You know, and so I yelled, "Hey, how you doing, guys?" And they were sitting there, and I started talking to them, and I was a little, if you know what I mean. And I started talking to them, and they said, "Well," I said, "So what do you want to do when you grow up?" You know, and one of them said, I don't remember exactly. I think one of them said, and these kids were like probably 14 or 15, something like that. And one of them said, "Well, I'm gay." And I said, "Well, dude, that's awesome, man. Because," and this is exactly what I said to him, "because this is your life." And I'm going to tell you exactly what I said to him. This is your life. So you do what you want to do, whatever it is that makes you happy. As long as you're not hurting anybody, then this is your life, man. And do what it is that you're going to do that makes you happy. And don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Just do what it is that makes you happy. And dude, I'm telling you, man, you'll be happy forever for the rest of your life, you know. So I'm telling you the same thing, is you got to do what it is that you want to do. If you're in a crappy job, then you need to get out of that job, man, and find out what it is that you really want to do, or even if whatever it is, man, to get yourself in the door, whatever it is, just do it. And if you're in a crappy relationship, try to get help, you know, because it sucks to be in a crappy relationship when you know you're not growing in that relationship. It really, really sucks. So please, you know, I don't know. I just wanted to share that with you. So, all right, what's next turn? Now, this was kind of funny. I used to have a friend named Mark, who is belongs to a political group that starts with the letter R, and but yet, and very, 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 all his, I'm not saying all, but a very large percentage of his friends are racist, and he's a mechanic, and he hangs out with these people, and he became, you know, an R, and but it's funny because he would date people of color, but yet he was, you know, anyway. I thought this was funny because it says why mechanics cannot use the Touch ID, which is where you put your fingerprint. I think HEB does that. They put their, instead of signing or putting in a code, they just put in their fingerprint, and bam, and they're into the system, and they put in their hours, they going in and coming out and stuff like that. So I just thought that was really funny why mechanics can't use it, because their hands are filthy and cut up, and, you know, dude, being a mechanic's a tough job, man. It's a tough job, and it's hard to find an honest mechanic. They're out there, but it's hard to find them, man. So anyway, if you find yourself with a good mechanic, I have a good mechanic. If you find yourself a good mechanic, man, take care of him, you know. So anyway, all right, what's the next one turn? I didn't know this till I got this. River Phoenix was cast in the role of the interviewer for the 1994 movie The Interview with the Vampire. But he died 2 weeks before filming. The role then went to Christian Slater, who donated his entire earnings from the film to Earth Trust and Earth Save. They were two of River Phoenix's favorite charitable organizations. And I never knew that, you know. And a lot of times, people donate money, donate their time, and they don't go around, you know, publicizing it. You know, oh yeah, I wouldn't have did this and I wouldn't have did that. You know, I tell people all the time that I'm a Red Cross volunteer, been doing it for 100 million years. I don't do it because I want a pat on my back. I do it because I want you to do it. I want you to go and help your neighbor. I want you to go and help other people. There's just some great, and it's been scientifically proven, there's just some great feeling that you get from helping other people. There's a lot of people out there right now who think, well, I just don't have time to. There you go. You're being selfish. You're thinking only about yourself. You know, I used to take my kids, I used to take them on Thanksgiving. We would go to this church that's down on the drag, and we would go, and one year we would eat Thanksgiving dinner at home, and then the next year we would go and we would help serve homeless people Thanksgiving dinner. And I try to teach my kids that, you know, it's good to help other people, and it makes you feel good, man. It really does. It makes you feel good. And if you think I'm kidding, just try it once. Meals on Wheels right now is needing people. So if you've got some time on your hands and don't have anything to do, you're retired, you know, like Nancy, I won't say her last name, but it starts with a G. If you're retired and you have some extra time, dude, go, you know, help homeless people. Go, you know, do Meals on Wheels where you deliver food to people that are stuck at home, elderly people that can't go out, you know. So I'm telling you, it makes you feel really good to help somebody. So try it. And if you need ideas of where you can go, just Google, where can I volunteer in the city of Austin or the city of Boston or the city of New York? Or, dude, there's a lot of people that need help. And believe me, you will not regret it. You will not regret it. So, all right. What's the next one, Turn? All right, so this is one that really hit. I really, really liked, and whenever I go to a restaurant, I tell them that whenever they hand me a to-go container that's made out of styrofoam, I tell them, I said, dude, you should talk to the manager, talk to the owner about getting to-go boxes that are made out of hemp or they're made out of paper instead of styrofoam. And they'll say, why? I said, because styrofoam has been known to take up to, here's a drum roll. How long do you think it takes styrofoam to disintegrate in a landfill? Just don't Google it. Just think to yourself. Do you think a year? Meh. Do you think 3 years? Meh. Let's say 10 years. Meh. Let's say 25 years. Meh. You're still wrong. Styrofoam that we're using every day takes up to, in some cases, 1,000 years is what they think. Up to 1,000 years to disintegrate in our landfills. If you don't believe me, Google it. And the next time you go to a restaurant and they give you a to-go box that's in styrofoam, please tell the manager, please tell the owner, you know, stop polluting my planet, you know, because it's not about us, it's about the children, it's about the kids, it's about the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. Because after 3 more generations, it's going to be tough to be on this planet. So, so please, can you put that poster back up, Turn, for just a second? This is really, really cool because I'm one of those crazy people that takes plastic home from restaurants and stuff. oil-based plastics are destroying the environment. Why not hemp plastic? Again, I don't own any stock in any company that produces hemp, grows hemp, produces anything, any material, any bottles, any nothing that is made out of hemp. I don't. But there you go on day, what does that say? 58. See how that bottle made out of hemp has disintegrated. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about trying to keep the environment clean for our kids and our grandkids and our great-grandkids and our great-great-grandkids, and recycle your plastic. We're working on getting somebody from the recycling center to come in and show us what's the best way to recycle plastic. And I did find out, thanks to my friend Zach, which, by the way, hey Zach, how you doing, bud? Haven't seen you in a long time. You got a caller, brother. And but anyway, he taught me that in order for them to recycle plastic, the plastic has to be rinsed off. Can't have a bunch of food in it and stuff like that. If you recycle your plastic with a bunch of food stuck on it and stuff, they're just going to throw it in the trash. There is out in the ocean, there is a body of plastic that's floating out in the ocean, and we're not that far from it. It's the size of Texas. So imagine the size of Texas. It takes 12 hours to drive from Austin to El Paso. So imagine a island of plastic that's floating out in the ocean the size of Texas. So please do your part. If you want to recycle plastic, clean it up really good, and then put it in your recycle bin. Don't just throw dirty plastic in there. And that goes for the utensils and stuff like that. If you're out at a restaurant or if you're out and you eat to-go stuff, take the plastic home with you. If you're able to recycle it at home, take it with you. Or tell the people of where you're eating, do you recycle your plastic? And if they say no, then say, well, it is available in the city of Austin. Recycling is available. And if you take your plastic home and it's dirty, you can have like a little Tupperware container. When you get home, fill it up with water, and put your plastics in there. Let all that gook, and food disintegrate into the water, and then you rinse it off and you put it in the recycle bin. And that plastic isn't just thrown in the landfill. So just an idea that needs to be implemented, I guess. So, all right, what else is next, Herman? Again, thank you everyone for sending in these posters. I posted some of them on Facebook, like I said. So if you go to Big Daddy G on Facebook, you'll see some of these posters. Is that all of them? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, this is one that I found. I'm not a real big fan of Indian food because it's really spicy. I like spicy food, don't get me wrong, but Indian food, they're crazy. They're crazy in India. Their ice cream is spicy, wow. But this is something that I'd read about before, actually. It says studies show India has the lowest rate of Alzheimer's in the world due to the high consumption of turmeric in curry dishes. A.R. Turmeron, curcumin, and multi-turmeronous, I can't pronounce that, within turmeric, that synergistically work together are the key. So if you have turmeric at the house, you can use it as a spice. It's not, it's not spicy, or anything like that. But just put some in your food here and there, and it'll help you in the long run. If you have a parent or something like that has Alzheimer's, start giving them some turmeric. Put it in their food. Who knows, man? It might help them. What have you got to lose? So, of course, you want to, talk to your healthcare professional and get all this stuff, get permission from them or get them to say, yes, it's okay, give them some or whatever, or use it or don't, because, they'll know better. But please look into it, man. There's a lot of people freak out when I tell them this story, but in China, if you're paralyzed, like let's say your right arm is paralyzed or your legs are paralyzed, what they do in China is they take a box and they fill it up with bees, and then let's say it's your arm that's paralyzed, they put your arm in this box and they let the bees sting your arms. Now again, this is not something you want to do on your own, so you want to talk to your doctor or your healthcare professional. You want to talk to them and get them to give you the okay to do this stuff. But they found out in China that after doing that a few times, people started getting the feeling back in their arms or their hands or their legs. So please look into that, especially if you're in a wheelchair. In some cases it cannot help, but in a lot of cases they're finding that it does help. So, and even if you just get a little bit, of help, that'd be awesome. But again, check with your healthcare professional. Make sure, you get the okay from them. So, all right, what's next, Turn? Excuse me.
Do you want to play a video clip? Go to a break?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show.
Here's yo daddy.
That's it. You've seen it. You've seen the magic. You've seen the people, and you've seen the dog himself. Let's see, just Tyrone. After the show, what are your after the show thoughts, man?
We were just live.
Yeah.
Adrenaline.
As a director, what were your high and lows? Right there?
My high and lows. My high
For the
was probably
episode.
the dog coming in,
Right.
the nice ending.
Right.
My low was probably me messing up with the green screen, but that happens. It's live television.
Take it easy, Mr. Director. Thank you for everything. And
Bye. I'm going. I must go.
he's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
If you're in Austin, Texas, and you're doing film, you need to know about this place. This is a gem. If you're about it, and man, they have the classes for you to, if you don't want to go to film school and you just want to learn piece by piece by piece, you could come here, man, and really spread your wings. Because I've become a better filmmaker just from being here, and it's fun. It's my playground, man.
What would you say to somebody that's sitting out there watching this right now and is thinking about doing the show on public access, but just hasn't gotten off the couch to do it? What would you say to them to encourage them to come down here?
Oh, man. It's like I have so many thoughts on this. I'm trying to condense it down to one brilliant line that you can put on a poster or something like that.
Why not?
Why not?
You just have to do it.
Everybody has an audience.
The first step is just showing up, and then learning. And then once you get started, continue to do it, because consistency and discipline equals success. There's no skipping steps. You can have your dreams and everything going on in your head, but if you're not actively making moves to do it, then they're just going to be dreams.
Everybody thinks you need all this stuff before you can actually do something, and here you just it works. You come in and all the resources are here, and it's so easy.
I have a master's in filmmaking. I spent 3 years at UT studying filmmaking, and that was great, but there were so many aspects of filmmaking and a lot of DIY filmmaking and broadcast specifically that I really learned here.
When I first came here, I could not believe it was not a line out the door.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are people not tapping into this resource? I mean, it is very valuable. Just like here tonight, you know, we've learned something tonight already. You know, by looking at the multicam, you know, all the different things. We have an equipment room, and it inspires you to want to go and create something new.
You have to take that step and just believe in yourself enough to know that there'll be enough resources and people around to help you, and just get out there and do it. It's a lot. Like, I've had people who come in and are so nervous, but then watching them watch their final product is a complete joy.
There's something that you're fascinated by. There's something that makes you tick and is unique. There's no way why you can't use this as a lens to kind of explore that, whether it be Dungeons and Dragons or football or music. It doesn't matter. There's something about you that, you know, you can explore with this and that will actually build your community.
You have to be able to fail in order to get better. You know, there's no possible way unless you try and do something that you can be able to learn from it. That's all it is they give you a space to fail. I know it sounds terrible, but I mean, like, you have an opportunity to create. Go create.
We're back. All right, kids, we're back. Let me see how much time we have. We're almost out of time. There's a couple of things I already showed you. For all the gay people watching, this is what a wire coat hanger looks like. So I know. Wait, there we go. There's a wire coat hanger. This is, look, metal wire coat hanger. This is what it looks like. All right. So, all right. One last thing. I think we have to wrap it. How much time do we have, Tyrone, to wrap it up? There was one thing I really wanted to talk to people about tonight. Any idea?
We got about like 2.5 minutes, or no, it's was it 28:30? Yeah, so 17:28. No, we have 30 or.
All right,
right
well,
now it's 17:27, so you have about 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay. All right. So let me start this story that I wanted to tell you guys about. I am a very big fan of looking up at the stars and, you know, and the moon. Like right now, yesterday and the day before yesterday and the day before, the moon was so bright. It was beautiful. And I'm a big fan of looking up into the sky and enjoying, you know, the moon and the stars and stuff. So for those of you that don't know, I listen, you know, I have a ham radio and I listen to people from all over the world from time to time. And I've been getting this signal and coming in, but it's not coming from anywhere in here on this planet. It's coming from another, somewhere out in space. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's, I'm trying to, I don't know how to explain this. If I play it and I slow it down and speed it up and slow it down and speed it up, I'm listening to something from another planet is what it sounds like. And I'm tweaking it to where it's almost sounds like, you know, me talking right now. It almost sounds like human, a human voice. Again, it's not coming from here. I've moved my satellite to different directions, and I'm picking up the signal pretty strong now, and I'm learning to decipher it. And so I'm going to share this with you guys as I'm able to decipher it more and more and more. A lot of people, I was thinking about doing a little thing on Twitter to share it with more people on Twitter and on the show, but show it, try to show it to as many people as we possibly can before the government comes in and shuts us down or says, where did you get the signal? Why are you picking up the signal? Da 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 da. You know how that happens. So I'm going to share it with you guys until they tell me that I can't, which I think is going to be coming pretty soon. So please stay tuned because this is big, and I think you guys are really going to dig it. So, so that being said, I want to thank you all for joining us today. Pretty soon we're going to have Joe James. If you want to be on the show and you're talented, please write us and let us know. We've gone to stage 4 in the city of Austin. As far as COVID cases, they're growing in the hospitals from what I understand. So please stay safe. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Don't go crazy. I saw a guy the other day that it was I believe it was beyond an obsession. And this guy's a doctor. And it was beyond an obsession how many times he cleaned his hands in the 2-3 minutes that I was watching him. So don't go crazy with it, but please clean your hands. Please wash your hands. Please, you know what to do, man. Just be clean. That's it. Just be clean. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. So I think that's about it. Please stay tuned to that signal that's coming from space, because I want to share it with you guys before they tell me that I can't or they shut me down. So please stay tuned, and please keep in touch and send us some more posters, and we'll go from there. So are we good, Tyrone? What's the situation? Dun, dun, dun. I guess we're going. All right, bye. Oh, look.